You may have heard that the US's relationship with beer is on the rocks.
Happy Hour was less happy in 2018.
Sales of the most popular beers in the United States have fallen.
Millennials are swapping out beer and bringing back hard liquor.
Between 2010 and 2017, annual beer consumption per person in the US fell from 80.2 liters to 73.4 liters. And in 2018, beer's share of the US alcohol market by sales dropped to 45.5%, down from 56% in 1999. And these sliding sales have created a crisis in the beer industry, causing beer executives to try a variety of strategies in an effort to recover the lost profits. So what are beer manufacturers doing to recover? We're going to break down 5 ways the beer industry is trying to bounce back. In response to the slowing sales, the biggest beer companies got together and agreed to do a multi-million-dollar brand-agnostic ad campaign. Think Got Milk. But the plan didn't pan out. America's 2 biggest brewers fought over a Bud Light Super Bowl ad that highlighted Miller Lite and Coors Light's use of corn syrup in their brew.
Oh, brewers of Miller Lite, we received your corn syrup by mistake.
That's not our corn syrup. We received our shipment this morning.
You're joking.
Try the Coors Light Castle. They also use corn syrup.
Miller Coors responded with a full-page advertisement addressed to beer drinkers of America, defending its use of corn syrup, stating that it's unfortunate the ad created an unnecessary #corntroversy. But because of this corntroversy, the deal for the ad campaign never materialized. The decline in beer drinking is in part because of a growing trend toward mindful drinking or complete abstinence, particularly among millennials, who tend to drink less than older generations. The biggest brewers have responded by following customer tastes, rolling out teas, energy drinks, and non-alcoholic beer and spirits. In 2017, Anheuser-Busch InBev, America's biggest brewing company, whose non-alcoholic drinks already make up more than 10% of its volumes, acquired the organic energy drink producer Highball Inc. And in 2018, they created a new global position, head of non-alcoholic beverages, to lead its efforts to diversify. According to the research firm Euromonitor, non-alcoholic beer volumes are expected to climb 9.3% over the next 5 years. As beer sales have slowed, 2017 marked the first year US drinkers started choosing a glass of wine or a cocktail over a brew. To meet the change in consumer demand, many brewers are trying to diversify their brand and offer spirits and wine. Molson Coors recently released a 12-pack of their slim can CRISPIN Pearsecco, which has experienced success in the market. And Anheuser-Busch InBev launched Bon and Vive, a spiked seltzer it advertised alongside its beers at the 2019 Super Bowl.
2 mermaids made a great-tasting spiked seltzer with 0 grams of sugar.
In addition to wine and spirits, beer makers have launched limited edition or flavored editions of their flagship brands in an effort to target younger, entry-level drinkers. Anheuser-Busch InBev pushed its Budweiser Reserve Copper Lager with this ad featuring Charlize Theron at the 2019 Oscars. They're also relying more on Michelob Ultra, an organic light beer marketed to health-conscious consumers.
This beer, so pure you can taste it.
But not all attempts at diversification have been successful. Miller Coors recently ceased production of Two Hats, a light beer they tried to target to younger drinkers. Finally, the beer industry is trying to appeal to people who haven't traditionally gravitated toward beer in an effort to widen its consumer base. Industry research has shown young white men, who the beer industry has historically targeted, still prefer beer. But this demographic isn't as big of a portion of the population as it used to be. In 2017, the nation's white non-Hispanic population declined, while the portion of African Americans and Hispanics grew. The industry has taken note and made a bigger effort to advertise to African Americans, Hispanics, and women. To do this, companies launched various campaigns to appeal to these groups. In 2016, Coors Light launched Climb On, a campaign that portrays women climbing mountains and shooting hoops, a notably different approach for the industry. And Anheuser-Busch InBev released an ad ahead of the 2018 World Cup in Spanish in an effort to appeal to Hispanics in the US, who will have an expected $1.7 trillion buying power by 2020.
Así que mantenga a sus amigos cerca y junte toda la Bud Light que pueda. Su Alteza, are you following?
Yeah, it was something about Bud Light.
In addition to targeting new demographic groups, manufacturers are also working hard to woo customers in international markets like Latin America, Africa, and China. In 2018, Heineken announced a tie-up with China's biggest brewer in an effort to tap drinkers in the world's #1 beer market. So will all this effort bring US drinkers back to beer? It's hard to say, but in 2019, beer sales and volume got off to a solid start with 3.7% growth.